Again, welcome guys. Here we will see the data types in Golang. As we know, Golang is a static type language. So here, if a variable is created with a type of like integer or float, anything. So the type of that variable will not change throughout the program. We can assign different values to that, but we cannot change the type of value we are giving to a variable. So like in Python, we can define any type of value any time to any variable. It will that will change automatically, but here we don't have that. At the time of declaration, we have to give. If we don't give that time, it will like we can directly assign the value also. During that time, compiler will assign a type similar to that value we are assigning to that variable. But once a type is aligned to that variable attached to that variable, it will not change throughout the program. So here we will see what kind of variables we have in Golang. So first, basic types. You can see for numbers we have integer, string and boolean. Then we have aggregate type, we have array here, and similar to an advanced version of array, we have a slice also here. We have struct here, which comes under this category. Then we have pointers, slices, I told, and maps. Functions, we have channels also here. Channels is a completely different topic here in this kind of behavior. You will not see in Java or C++ or Python. So we will discuss this in depth in coming videos. So this is a new concept in Golang. This is basically used for synchronous coding. Then we have interface. So in Golang we don't have classes, so we do all the functionality of classes and all those things using interface only. So we will see in a while. Then in basic types we have seen numbers, booleans and strings. So integers. So for numbers, as I told, for numbers we can have integers as a number, or float value as a number, or sometimes the complex numbers also. So we will see integers here. So we have int 8, int 16, int 32, int 64, unit 8, unassigned int, unassigned int 16, unassigned int 32, and unassigned int 64. So if you don't want to give particular like length of the bits, you can normally use int also. It will take this much of bit. Then you can give unsigned int also. And then we have a data type called rune. It is synonym for int 32 and also represents Unicode code points. So we'll see how they're using this. Then we have a byte, synonym of unit 8, as we know already. 8 bytes is equal to 8 bits equal to 1 byte. So then we have unsigned int pointer. It is an integer type. Its width is not defined, but it can hold all the bits of a pointer value. So I have not seen anywhere it is used, but it's good to know, like we have what kind of variables supported in Golang. So after that we'll see some examples of code. So as we already know how to declare and assign values, so it's similar. We just have to give the data type, and you can play around by giving different values. It's not an issue. Then we will see floating point numbers. So we have basically two types of float values, float 32 and float 64. It will cover all the type of variables you want to define. Then it is also similar. You can give like this. It will dynamically create a variable of type float. Then if you want this print function, you just see, you just learn now. I will discuss this in the coming videos. Like we have this modifiers. We can give %f for printing the float values. That is not an issue. %t we use for printing the type of any variable. So if you want to see which what type of that variable is, you can directly give. It will return the type of variable. Then we will see how to define the complex numbers. So for similar to float, we have two complex numbers also, complex 64 and complex 128. As you know, complex numbers are what, where we have that iota we mean underscore under root of square root of -1. So like those values also you can define here, complex 24, and you have to give like this. This is the real part and this is the imaginary part, as you already know. So it will print like this. Then we have booleans, as you know, true or false, like that we have, and we can store it will we already know, like true or false. Okay. Then we have strings here. The string database is a sequence of Unicode points. So string is a kind of array of characters, we already know. So this sentence means we can have space also. Okay. Then like this we can define any string value, and %d used for integer values. So here, since it is printing the length of the string, it is using that. After that, that was all. We will see some advanced topics also in the coming videos. Advanced topics means we have just covered the basic types. We will see the aggregate type and these three also in our next video. Thanks.